Welcome to Academia EduConsult, a subsidiary of academia.com.ng, a one-stop portal that teaches you everything you need to know about the English language. Kindly subscribe if you're yet to do that and share this channel with your friends. Today, we shall be looking at a very important part of speech that without this, no sentence can stand and be meaningful. This part of speech alone conveys meaning, even if other parts of speech are not with it. And what are we talking about? We are talking about the verb. The verb is a major part of speech or a major word class in English. Some people have said that the verb is the most important member of the parts of speech, and I don't have any reason to disagree with them. There is this pithy line by Buckminster Fuller, a U.S. architect, designer, and inventor, in his work titled No More Second-Hand God. This is what he has to say. Here is God's purpose. For God, to me, it seems, is a verb, not a noun, proper or improper. So, Fuller considers a verb to be so important that he feels God is a verb. That's very interesting. Now, what is a verb? A verb is the part of speech that is often referred to as the doing word or the acting word. It can be described as any word that expresses an action or a state of being of the noun or the pronoun in the sentence. Now, when you ask little children, what is a verb? They answer you, a verb is an action word. But I beg to disagree. A verb is not always an action word. A verb expresses action. Not only action, a verb also expresses the state of being of a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. So we can also describe a verb as the word in a sentence that is most concerned with the action and is usually essential to the structure of the sentence. In other words, it is the most important element in the structure of a sentence. All other elements in a sentence are optional, but a verb is very compulsory. In other words, a verb is the backbone of a sentence. A verb is the spine of a sentence. Without a verb, a sentence falls apart and becomes spineless. By implication, it becomes meaningless. So take note, a verb is much more than that word that shows action. It is also a word that shows state. So it is not always correct to say a verb is an action word. A verb may not be showing any action, yet it is a verb. We are going to see examples along this line. Let's talk about the various types of verbs that we have in English. Now, I have dedicated a video to that one because we have so many types of verbs in English, and we will have to focus on them and explain each type for proper understanding. So you can check that video on types of verbs on this channel. But basically, we have two major types of verbs. We have the main verbs and we have the auxiliary verbs. Now, when you talk about the main verbs, these are the main verbs in a sentence. They can occur alone without the assistance of any other types of verb. They are also called the lexical verbs because they contain the actions that you have in a sentence. In other words, they can occur as the only verbal element in a sentence. When you have such verbs, you refer to them as the main or lexical verbs. Let's see some examples. He made a lot of money from the deal. The president gave him a medal of courage. Children sleep a lot. They rested after walking a long distance. You see the verbs made, gave, sleep, and rested. They are all main verbs. They can stand alone without the help of another type of verb to give them meaning. Let's go on to see the auxiliary verbs. These are verbs that are used in forming tenses, moods, and voices of other verbs. They help the main verbs to function. Some people used to call them helping verbs. Now we can classify them into two types. We have the modal auxiliary verbs, and then we have the non-modal auxiliary verbs. Now, the modal auxiliary verbs are so called because they exist in various modes. We are going to look at them in depth. A video has been dedicated to talk extensively and intensively on modal verbs. The other classification of auxiliary verbs that you have in English are the non non-modal auxiliary verbs. These are also referred to as the primary auxiliary verbs. They are just 3 in numbers. We have the do, we have be, and have. Let's see some examples of auxiliary verbs. She is eating right now. We are going to see them tomorrow. He has been invited to the party. Now, all these verbs, that is, are, has been, are all auxiliary verbs. Now, you can check the video on modal auxiliary verbs and the video on non-modal auxiliary verbs for more information. In summary, we have said that a verb is an action word. That is very correct. But much more than that, a verb is also a word that shows the state of the noun or the pronoun in a sentence. The sun is beautiful. In that sentence, the sun is beautiful. Is there is telling us the state of the sun. There is no action in that sentence. The verb there, that is the verb is telling us the state of the sun. The sun is beautiful. She is nice. In that sentence, there is no action. All we have is the quality of the pronoun she that the verb is helping us to see. So we have she is nice. So remember, the verb is the major or the most important element of the parts of speech, that if you don't have it in a sentence becomes spineless and meaningless. Also, a verb can be considered as the backbone of any sentence that you have in English. Don't forget to look out for that video on the various types of verbs that we have in English, and look out also for the videos on the modal auxiliary verbs and the non-modal auxiliary verbs. Thank you for watching.